Alrighty. So this week in Math 1, basically it looks the same as last week. Okay? Lesson today, lesson tomorrow. Work day, catch-up day, if you will, on Wednesday. Lesson on Thursday, quiz on Friday. Okay? Sounds like a great plan. Working towards taking the Unit 9 test on next week, Thursday. Not this week, Thursday. Okay? All right? Good time. We are in your note packet today. I do want to say that we're on page 24 in your note packet today. Okay? We're going to learn 2 new plots today, if you will, and things that we can do with them. Okay? So let's dive into it. Okay? So we already have in our repertoire, we have a box plot. Okay? And box plot is a way of plotting your data in a box. Okay? A scatter plot is plotting your data that's scattered all around. Okay? So a dot plot is just that. It is a plot of your data with dots. Okay? And so how we go about doing this, here is steps to doing that. You don't need to have your data in order. We can just, and all we're doing is we're taking a literal dot and we're putting a dot above the number on our scaled number line. Okay? So for instance, if this is our data showing the number of books read in a month by a group of students, we can make a dot plot of our data. So we've got 3. So I'm going to put a 3 above, not right on the line. Okay? I'm going to put it above because I need to see it. Then I'm going to go to a 5 and I'm going to put a dot above the 5. Okay? Then I'm going to go to 1. Put a dot above the 1. Above the 4. Above the 9. Above the 7. But now here on this next one, I got another 5, and so I'm going to start a second vertical row. Okay, so I'm going to go above it so that it is clearly seen. Not right on top of it, not just making that dot a little bit bigger. We're going to put a second dot there. Same here with the second 3. 6 gets 1. 10 gets 1. 0 gets 1. 9 gets a second 1. 4 gets a second 1. 2 gets 1. 6 gets 1. 5 gets another. 3 gets a third. 6 gets a third. 5 gets a fourth. 2's got 1. 4 gets a third one. 1 gets a second. After we put all of our dots in there, it's a good idea to count your number of dots and then count the number of data points that you have also. So according to my dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I got 22 dots on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, so it matches up. Now, we can ask questions about that, because what the dot plot has also done for us is it has put our data set in order. Okay? It's arranged it so that now we have our data set in order from smallest to biggest. Okay? So according to plot, what's the median number of books read? Well, that's going to be the middle number, correct? Median means middle. So if we've got 22 data points, that means I'm going to take the average of which two? Which two? 11 and 12, right? Because I'm going to take the average of those two. Okay? So I need to find my 11th data point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is my 11th data point there, which makes this then be my 12th data point. Okay? So that's an average of 4 and 5. So that's going to be 4.5 is my median data set. Agree? Okay. Next question says, what is the mean? Okay, well, what is the mean? Refresh my memory. What does mean mean? Average of all of the data, right? Okay, so I've got to average up my data. So I can make this be go a little easier. In the 0 column, that's going to be 0. In the ones column, I've got 2 data points. So there's going to be 2 to add there. In the 2's column, there's 2 of them. So that's 4. In the 3's, there's 3. So that's 9. In the 4's, there's 3. So that's 12. In the 5's, there's 4, so that's 20. In the 6's, there's 3, so that's 18. In the 7's, there's 1, so that's 7. In the 9's, there's 2, so that's 18. And in the 10's, there's only 1, so that's just 10. And I got to divide all of that by 22, because there are 22 data points. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 plus 12 is 27. 27 plus 20 is 47. 47 plus 18 is 65. 65 plus 7 is 72. 72 plus 18 is 90. 90 plus 10 is 100. So this is going to be 100 over 22. Fraction or decimal for this one? Fraction? Fraction or decimal? What? Okay. Okay. So because we did a decimal for the median, right? Evan, what are you thinking?
I'll take out 100. That one's 10.
Check my math. 0 plus 2 is 2. Plus 4 is 6, right? Plus 9 is 15. Plus 12 is 27. Plus 20 is 47. Plus 18 is 55, 65. Plus 7 is 72. Plus 8 is 80, 90. Plus 10 is 100. I only got 100. Yeah? Why decimal? Have you ever told somebody that you've read 50 over 11 books this summer? Right? Because that's what it would reduce to, right? Both divided by 2 would be 50 over 11. Yeah? But have you ever told somebody that you've read 4.5 books this summer? Yeah. Okay? So it just makes more sense to have that one be in decimal. Okay? So this ends up being here that you read 4.545 books. Probably should put a label on the other one too. Last question for this set of data. According to the dot plot, what is the range of books read in a month? Ken, how'd you come up with that? I think she meant the other way around too. Meant it the other way around? You could have changed it. We would have let you. Maximum minus minimum is what you were trying to say? Yep. Good to go on that? Love it. Yep. Given a dot plot, we can also answer questions based off of it. So for each of the following statements, I want you to tell me if it's true, if it's false, or if you can't tell. If you can't tell, it's an unknown type of thing. Okay? All right? Statement number 1. The longest it took Captain, right? It's Captain, yep. Longest it took Captain to get to work was 28 minutes. True, false, or unknown? Why false, Bruce? There's no doubt at 28, right? What is the longest that it took him to get to work? 27 minutes. Yep, so that is a falsitude. Most of the time, it took him at least 20 minutes to get to work. Why? Close. Okay? So if we kind of in our brains, if we drew an imaginary line right there, because that would be the 20 break, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dots on that side, but there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots on this side. So that would be true or false, then would you be telling me? False. Yeah, I would go with false there, based off of that one. I like where your head was at with the 19, but 19 would be the most, because it's the most frequent one. Okay? All right? All right? His median journey time was 19 minutes. Median journey time, 19 minutes. So there's 15 total, right? Because there was 7 and 8. Okay? So 15 total, so I'm looking for that 8th one, right? Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would be the median right here. And that's 19, so that's a true. Number 8, his journey was quicker when there was less traffic on the roads. Why unknown? But no traffic data, right? Okay. Nope. We just know the times that it took him to get there. Question number 9. The range of his journey times was 12 minutes. What? Why false? Want to change your answer? Because? Exactly. 27 minus 15 is 12, so that would be a true statement. Do you like how I paused there to let you think about it for a second? His mean journey time was 19 minutes. Now we got to add them all up. Okay? Find me the mean for this set of data. I get the average is 20. Yes? So true, false, or unknown? False, because 20 is not 19. Next, we're going to create a histogram. A histogram is kind of like a bar graph, but the bars are scrunched together to form like one kind of continuous type thing. Okay? Of all of them that we're going to have, just so you are aware, the dot plot is your most informative. Okay? A box and whisker plot is next, and a histogram is least informative. Okay? Because what you're going to do is you're going to take your data set and you're going to put it into certain bins. Okay? You're going to dump it into specific bins. You're going to figure out what the spacing is between that's going to go into those bins, and then you're going to put them all into there. And so it doesn't tell you hardly any information for it other than how many data points are in that bin. Okay? So how we go about doing this is on the next page, we have to make a frequency table. Okay? And so the data, this data is going to be the number of goals scored by a hockey player. Okay? Right? And so we have a frequency data table there. And so we've decided that we're going to go with groups of 5. So 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, 16 through 20, 21 through 25, 26 through 30, and 31 through 35. So we're groups of 5 there. Okay? But you can set that data when you're making your own as to whatever it is that you want. Okay? Then you have to go through the data and you have to complete the frequency table of it. Okay? So there's a 1 goal. So I'm going to put a tick mark in there. There's an 11. I'm going to put a tick mark in there. There's a 21. There's a 20. 23. 25. 27. 31. 33. 8. 23. 3. 13. 24, 14, 15, 35, 9, 5, and 15. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay? We get all 20 data sets in. Okay? What? I just went left to right. You just put tick marks. That's all you gotta do. Okay? All right? So in this 1 through 5 bin, there's going to be 3 data sets that are in that bin. Then in the 6 through 10 bin, there's only 2. In the 11 through 15 bin, there's 5. 16 through 21, there's only 1.
21 through 25, there's 5. 26 through 30, there's only 1. And 31 through 35, there's 3. Now, some people will say you can like fill them in so that it looks, you can tell a little bit better. That's totally up to you. If you do that or not. Totally, 100% up to you. Okay? So again, we can't really tell a lot of information from this because we don't have a lot of information. I don't know, based off of looking just at the histogram, I don't know what the maximum is. I don't know what the minimum is. So we can't go with a range directly from it. We would have to go back to the listing of data. It doesn't put it in order for us. It doesn't do much of anything for us other than give us kind of a distribution of our data. Okay? That's all it really does. Okay? So there's very few questions that can be asked on this one. Okay? Like for instance, how many times did a player score more than 20 goals? 9 times. Okay? So that would be anything 21 and above, right? So that would be 5, 1 there, and 3 there. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 3 more is 9. So it would be 9 times. Okay? And that's all that we really can do with that. It's just simple questions like that. Okay? What I would like you to do now is on the data set below, at the bottom of that page, I would like you to make a histogram showing the number of cameras sold each day over the course of a month. So there's our frequency distribution. Our scale on our vertical is by 2s, so I got to cut 1 in half here for the 5 through 9, and then this one's going to be a 9. This one's going to be a 4, and then we got an 8. And then we got a 6. Which category of cameras sold had the greatest frequency? 10 through 14? And how many times did he sell between 15 and 19 cameras in a day? 4 times. Yep. Yep. Love it. Your homework tonight, don't really need to go through it because it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty straightforward, much like today's notes. Nothing really to jump out. You're making a dot plot, making a couple of histograms, answering some questions based off of it. Okay?